that wherever we go, our voices will be heard, that will make a difference in this nation. In Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen.
As we remain standing, we shall have a prayer from our colleagues or brothers in the Muslim faith, from Zaina.
No, the pastor. It is a lady's thing, apparently.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin.
Thank you very much. Still, as remain standing, we shall have national anthem. There is a candidate.
Okay, let us stand on attention. Okay. Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand.
Well, that's happening at Hotel Africana, where former president for the Forum for Democratic Change Party, General Mugisha Muntu, is yet to address the nation and the media on what is his way forward. Now, after the November election, two factions were formed, emerged in the FDC camp, and of course that was the Muntu faction, and we also had the other faction that was allied with former President Kizza Besigye. And of course with time we've had rumors around in the corners, of course in the grassroots we've had, that there could be actually a breakaway from the FDC. There could be a section of members of the FDC party actually break away into different functions. And now we get to see it now confirmed. And we're wondering who are some of these people, who are some of these members that will be leaving with the forum, former President General Mugisha Muntu, and of course who are going to be staying. And of course the current president of the party, Patrick Oboy Amriat, said after the meeting they did not agree. There was some little bit of collision between the members of the FDC, and them not disagreeing with Muntu leaving the party. What does this mean? Let's go back to Hotel Africana and listen in to what is happening.
Have a small, short session of questions. That's how our program is going to be. Without wasting a lot of our time, I'm going to request our convener, the Honorable Madame Alice Alasso, to come and give her welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Master of this particular ceremony. Distinguished political leaders, who include leaders of political parties, members of parliament, and other leaders in the political arena, district delegations present at this meeting, members of civil society and diplomatic community, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I want to warmly welcome all of you to this meeting. This press briefing is a very unique one, but given the short notice that we gave you, you have honored us with your presence, and we really want to appreciate you. The members of civil society and the members of parliament that are here, you have come here as guests and friends, and I want that to be very clear to whoever is in this room. you've not been part of this organization, you are very, very welcome, because it shows us that you take the politics in this country very seriously and you want to understand where it is going, so that as you legislate with us in mind. I want to recognize the fact that the host of districts is represented here. I had planned that I would take you in order, but when we reached the 80-something district delegation, then I decided, knowing the press, that they would become uncomfortable. But for your information, there are delegations here, from Agago to Kasese to Buvuma to everywhere. Let me ask the district chairpersons of where we were coming from that are here, stand up for recognition, if you know your district chairperson. And the district... Please sit. There are also districts that are represented by general secretaries and secretaries for mobilization. As long as you head a district delegation and you've been a committee member, please stand up and we recognize your presence. So we are all here. I also want to recognize the presence in this press conference tonight of people who used to be, until the other day, members of the National Executive Committee. Will you stand up for recognition? Please sit. And the Youth League. Let me see the Youth League executive that is here. Let me see the executive of the Women League that is present in the house. Thank you all for coming and for your participation. My remarks will be very brief, because General will be the one to address this conference. I just want to say two things. That the choice to serve in a political capacity is a tough one. It's even tougher if you're making that decision to serve in an opposition political party, because you sacrifice opportunity and you carry personal risk to you and to your family. It is that awareness that makes this gathering this morning a very conscious decision on our part. So we gather knowing that we have made a very tough choice, and it is a choice that we are determined to pursue. But once you make that choice, you also want to be sure that you are part of a great club. Those of you who love football, you want to be part of a great club so that you play good football, and that the club values you. That is the decision we have made here. Today I had a morning reflection. I'm one of those who read my Bible. And I reflected on the book of Genesis, chapter 13, verses 6 onwards. The Holy Book tells me one day there was strife between the shepherds of Father Abraham and the shepherds of his cousin Lot. And Abraham is one man we all admire as the father of faith. And he decided that instead of having the shepherds continue to fight day in, day out, he told Lot, let's part company. And they parted. Lot went his way, Father Abraham went his way. And I was hoping that those are lessons for us to learn. Lastly, in doing what we do, the Bible talks about the sons of Issachar. Those who read the Bible, they say they understood the seasons. I am hoping that this group here, with which we come into this press conference, understand the political seasons in Uganda. And that's why we've invited you to listen to us. Please join me to welcome General Muntu to address this question.
Fellow Ugandans, ladies and gentlemen, let me first thank you, Honorable Ali Salaso, and the colleagues who've been on this team for arranging this press briefing. Let me take this opportunity also to thank the colleagues from all over the country who've managed to make it at such short notice. We are really very grateful that you've been able to make it. I'd like to take this opportunity as well to thank the members of Parliament for honoring the invitation that was sent to you by Honorable Alice Alaso, the convener, to come as guests. And to thank the press for covering this event. 2 days ago, a number of FDC members and I announced our decision to leave the party. This decision was reached after an extensive consultation process that saw us interact with citizens from across all sub-regions of the country. While the reasons for our departure have been covered extensively by the media yesterday, allow me to restate them in brief today. First, our consultations revealed that the party was severely divided between those who felt that the strategy should be defiance only and those who thought it was best to concentrate on party structural development as a way to enable both consequential civil disobedience and our capacity to compete favorably in elections at all levels. We feel that the only practical way to resolve this tension is for those whose view was voted for by the majority of the party delegates to be allowed the space to carry out their agenda unimpeded. This necessarily means that those of us that are not comfortable with this agenda are faced with two options. We can either keep within the party and shut up about our alternative strategies, or leave the party and work with them from the outside to achieve common objectives using different strategies. Some people have suggested that there is a third option of staying in the party and pushing our agenda from the inside. I cannot be part of such underhand methods. As someone who lived through that kind of internal friction firsthand during my 5-year tenure as president, I can authoritatively say it is of no use to anyone. It neither advances the party nor benefits any of the warring groups. All it does is distract the entire opposition into spending our energy on internal power struggles that only benefit those in government. Lastly, our analysis of the political environment reveals the existence of a vacuum that current political forces ought to reach into, but are not yet. We are moving into this political arena with a desire to tap into this space to further buttress the democratic struggle in Uganda. Therefore, our departure is in good faith. We believe that this action is mutually beneficial to both the FDC and those of us living. In fact, if handled well, this could be the beginning of greater cooperation within the opposition. Instead of fighting each other over strategy, our departure will allow the current party leadership to pursue its agenda unencumbered, while we also pursue the same objectives in ways we feel better reflect our values. At the end of the day, we are all working towards the same goal. Moving forward, we would like to do the following. 1, to ensure that our departure is as smooth as possible. Both during our consultations and consequent meetings with the FDC party leadership, we have reiterated our desire to part ways amicably. While the issues that instigated our departure are real, our commitment to a united opposition is even more real. We have communicated with the party leadership the possibility of setting up a joint team to keep dialogue open, and will continue to try as much as possible to ensure that there is an open door policy between us and the FDC. 2, institute a new formation. Over the next few weeks, we are going to embark on a participatory process of defining what this new formation stands for ideologically, our core values, and our policy positions on various issues. We shall do this through public engagement, engaging sector experts and ordinary Ugandans in defining the kind of new formation we would all want. We recognize that since independence, party formation has mostly been about reacting to something or someone. We have had political parties formed along faith lines, ethnic lines, and even individuals. This new formation is one of the rare instances where a political party is formed as a result of the combination of nationwide consultations, deep ideological reflection, and clear policy positions. Our hope is that we will build an inclusive, forward-looking, and ideologically defined party. Ugandans are hungry for change. It is time to start defining and being that change. 3, mobilization of the people. We have always believed in building grassroots networks as a critical prerequisite for effective political mobilization. Today, we would like to start building towards that by calling upon all like-thinking Ugandans to join us. We have developed an online portal, www.newformation.ug, specifically for the purpose of connecting with you. To join us, please visit it and leave us your contact details as well as your preferred area of contribution to the party. We'll use this information to contact you about opportunities to be a part of the new formation. The volunteers that sign up via the portal will be the critical link we need to reach those who may be able to register or access the internet. We will, of course, offer other channels through which we can have engagement, and also the consultative processes that we will put in place. We hope to launch the new formation before 25th of December 2018. At this point, it is important to be clear about our vision for the future. We believe that no single party acting on its own can rescue our country from the dangerous path we currently tread. We seek neither to undermine other opposition parties nor engage in mudslinging. Uganda, as it currently stands, can easily plunge into anarchy. People have lost trust in the state. Our health and education sectors are in chaos. There is rising insecurity, inequality, and injustice. The political space in the country is shrinking by the day, and so is the patience of most Ugandans. For us to de-escalate the mounting tensions, we must be willing to reach out beyond our parties, communities, and faith. We must be willing to recognize that one Uganda, one people cannot be achieved without truth and justice, that peace, unity, and transformation cannot happen without people's power being our power, that when all is said and done, the border rider has as much claim to this country as the richest businessman. Those born in our ghettos are as much our children as those born in our most expensive suburbs. We all need to work for a country in which when our soldiers fight, they fight for us all, not a chosen few. When our police keep law and order, they should do so as passionately for the opposition as they do for those in power. We must recognize that for each of us, the black, yellow, and red stripes of our national flag represent a place we call home. We are brothers and sisters, friends, not enemies. Our new formation may use strategies that are different from other parties, but our goal will be the same: a Uganda that works for us all. In this regard, I wish to highlight our commitment to cooperation with democracy-seeking forces as a bedrock of our new formation. God bless you, and God bless our blessed nation. Mungu awabariki. She's going to come and do something.